The moment you need someone to stay, you lose the power that made them respect you. People don't pull away because you care too much. They pull away because you need too much. Because neediness doesn't feel like love, it feels like pressure. And Stoicism exposes a truth most people refuse to accept. Respect is never given to weakness. It is given to strength. Not loud strength, not dominance, not control, but inner strength, self-sufficiency, emotional independence. Most people don't realize when they cross the line. Neediness rarely announces itself. It hides. It hides in over-explaining, in checking your phone too often, in replaying conversations, in adjusting your tone so you don't upset anyone. It hides in sacrificing boundaries and calling it understanding. On the surface, it looks like affection, but underneath, the message is clear. I need you to be okay, so I can be okay. From a Stoic perspective, this is dangerous, because the moment your peace depends on another person, you give them power over your emotional state. And here is the uncomfortable truth. People instinctively lose respect for what depends on them. This is not cruelty, it is biology. For most of human history, dependence meant weakness. Although society has changed, the nervous system has not. Your brain still reads neediness as instability, and instability never commands respect. The nervous system confuses attachment with survival. Rejection once meant isolation. Isolation meant death. So emotional distance triggers panic. Your body reacts before your mind can reason. It pushes you to cling, to chase, to explain, to prove your worth. Even when doing so quietly destroys your value. Validation feels like safety. Approval releases dopamine. The brain learns a simple equation. If they stay, I'm safe. Soon, you're not acting from confidence, you're acting from fear of loss. This is where people collapse their dignity. They soften their standards. They tolerate disrespect. They stay silent when they should speak. And they tell themselves they are being loving. Stoicism calls this self-deception. Modern culture doesn't help. We're told, share everything, expose everything, be vulnerable all the time. But vulnerability without self-mastery does not create intimacy. It creates dependence. Unchecked emotional exposure is not courage. It is a lack of inner structure. The Stoics warned against this long ago. Epictetus said, "If you want to be respected, first make yourself independent of others." Freedom precedes respect, not the other way around. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it with the same reason that arms you today." Calm self-control is power, not chasing, not pleading, not emotional display. Seneca was even more direct. The greatest power is to need nothing. Neediness signals lack. Self-sufficiency signals strength, and humans respond to strength instinctively. This is why people lose attraction when you cling, not because you care, but because you collapse inward. You stop being a centered individual and become a request, a demand, a burden. And the tragedy is this: you don't become calmer by needing reassurance, you become more anxious. Because now your stability lives outside of you, and anything external is unstable by nature. Stoicism does not teach emotional coldness, it teaches emotional sovereignty. It teaches you to care without clinging, to love without begging, to commit without collapsing. Stoics do not ask, "How do I make them stay?" They ask, "How do I remain sovereign over myself?" Power is quiet. Neediness is loud. Power does not chase. Power does not explain itself endlessly. Power does not negotiate its worth. Power stands, and if something walks away, it lets it go. Not because it doesn't care, but because it refuses to abandon itself. Here is the rule: cold, short, unforgettable. Never make someone else the source of your stability. Care without clinging, speak without begging, walk away without collapsing. Because people do not respect those who need them, they respect those who can stand alone. And that is Stoic power. Pause. Silence. End.